Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D. And then in 1965, they took all mint marks off all US coins. So in 1965, 1966, and 1967, no mint marks. 5p coin from 1967, but we don't actually call them 5p coins, do we? That's more of a United Kingdom, a Great Britain thing. This Jefferson here, kind of jumpy, says, "In God we trust" in front of him, liberty behind him. Back here is a star. If you magnify it, you see one of the ways you check the quality of these is to look at the stars. And then, of course, look at this one. This one melted right into the rim. See the E, the R and the T, and that part of the Y are actually part of the rim, and so is the 6. This is not going to be a very valuable coin. If we look at it way down here, we see an F and an S. And that's interesting because that's something new for the 1967s. Until 1966, there were no initials on the United States nickels. So when they first came out in 1938, Felix Schlag, FS, engraved them, but they didn't have any initials on them. Here's a 1960 version of it. Not only did they put the initials on in 1966, but they did this little rounding thing down here. You can see this one, it's more straight, so they changed the image a little. The other thing about the 1960 is, well, in the 1967 is the mint marks. All right, so let's look at where the mint mark is in the 1960. It's on the back. So there's the D for the Denver mint mark on the 1960. The mint marks were on the back of the nickel until 1964. And then in 1965, they took all mint marks off all US coins. So in 1965, 1966, and 1967, no mint marks. So turn this one any way you wish, and you're not going to see any mint marks on it anywhere. And turn it any way you wish, and you're not going to see a very well punched coin. The chances of you finding a full steps 1967 are really slim and none. They just don't come. This one, it says E Pluribus Unum on the top, Monticello here underneath the building, and you assume that there probably are steps here, but you can't tell. You can't actually tell there's a front door in this one. 5 cents it says here, so it doesn't say nickel anywhere on here, it just says 5 cents. And then way down here at the bottom it says United States of America. So the 1967s don't have a great value usually, but there is one specialty coin that they put out. They decided in 1966 that they would actually make something called a special mint set. So in 1966, they made the 1965 special mint sets, the 1966 special mint sets, and then in 1967, they made the 1967 special mint sets. And you can tell the difference, can't you? Look how shiny this is. This is not, you're not able to mistake this for a general circulation coin. You might find a really, really good condition on 1967 nickel, but it won't be anywhere near this shiny. Now, what's the value on it? Well, this is what we call the SMS coin, or special mint set, or special printing, they sometimes call it, for PCGS. And if we look at the 1967s, if I can get it in this shape, it's probably going to be worth $2.50 to $5 because they're just hard to get. Now, the weird part is you can get the special mint sets for about $15. And in the special mint set, you will get a $50. And just see that funky finish on there. But remember, the $50 is still a 40% half in 1967. So you get the $50, you get the quarter, again with that weird kind of shine to it. You get the dime with the shine, and then you get this beautiful penny. 1967 penny. Again, none of them have mint marks on them. Not a whole lot of difference between the penny and the uncirculated, but the other ones you can really tell. One of the things they did with the special mint sets, because they polished them post, essentially to get them to look like this, they wore them down a lot. And so this is a coin that's never been circulated in any way other than put in a cardboard and hard plastic special mint set, and we can't get all the steps on it. We can't, in fact, we can't get all the details on it because they polish it so hard, they polish some of the stuff off it Kind of a weird idea, but that's what they did. What's a special mint set nickel worth? Well, if you can get it up to an MS-68, they know at least 22 of those, and probably PCGS says worth maybe $200, but you've seen a lot of them sold for $80 to $100, so hard telling what you're going to get. But let's say a range, $80 to $200. That's a little wide. What if you get a really, really, really good MS-67 Philly? And so Philly will be, of course, the one without the mint mark on it, because none of them have mint marks on them. And so there really isn't a Philly, there really isn't a Denver, but if you can find a 1967, it's going to be worth. So we'll treat them all like Phillies, right? That's what PCGS says. You can fit an MS-67 from 1967, Mint State 67, $3,500 they estimated at, and they have graded 2. The trick is, one of them actually sold for $3,800, and the other one has never been sold. So look for them out there. Subscribe to the Big D Coin channel and put any comments you have in the comments section.